Hello and welcome. Well, I said I'd be back, and I'm back. Hope you're doing well. I am building the Thanatar Calix Siege Automata this morning. I don't know whether I'll complete the whole thing. I'll try. But yeah, 3 hours is a bit of a steep ask. If I'm even going to go for 3 hours, we'll see how this pans out. Just got to find my live vid. But yeah, I said I'd be back, and here I am. Right, let's get to it. I need to be in a position where I can read chat. I don't know why that's showing me the emoji. Yeah. Okay, cool. Right, so yesterday we built the Karachnos. Excellent model. I put some green stuff on the front in the end, just to smooth that out, that gap that was there that was bugging me a little bit. Yeah, really enjoyed that. Great kit. Now we build the Thanatar. So, as I say, we're going for pose 1, which will be steps 1 to 6, 8 to 10, and then 14. So, steps 1 to 6, 2, 3, 4. 5 and 6. That says pose 1 left arm, pose 2 left arm. I mean, yeah, kind of understand that. You don't build the legs for quite some time, actually. It's one of the last things you construct. It's all about the sort of torso first. So let's crack on. Hope you're all well. Had a good rest of your day yesterday and evening and things. So we need this large sprue. We start off with this this big piece, one of the largest pieces. It's still quite warm, humid here in Norfolk, so I might pop and get regular drinks and things. It's just one of those situations, really. 41. As I say, if I don't finish this today, I'll finish it tomorrow. Looking for that 42 piece. What does it look like? It's like a small... Oh, it's this piece. Look how small that is. Okay. 39, 40. Probably over here, 39. this piece. Is a completely different thing. Well, we need A44 as well. It's this thing here. Yeah, so this has, believe it or not, this has more pieces than the Karachnos. Which is a bit crazy, but in a way it's believable because of all the pistons and things that make up the arms. I didn't know that you could put goals on these live streams. I don't even know what goal I'd put on. Okay, so we have, which sprue is this? Yeah, this is sprue C. There are some odd shapes, odd parts to this kit that when you're kind of clipping them off the sprue and put them together and things, it's almost like, well, how's that going to work? But it all becomes apparent. We'll leave the rest of those for a small while while we just build these. In other news, Space Marine 2 Horde mode is released today. I don't know if that brings any extra rewards or things to unlock. I don't even know if there's a new weapon. Pull myself a bit closer to the desk because it has armrests. It's yeah, a bit tricky. Hello, Revan. How are you doing? I'm just building the Thanatar, like I said I would. I will be playing Horde mode later on the PlayStation. I'll go for just to showcase it. I don't know exactly when it drops, whether it's actually out right now or whether there needs to be an update. But I'll give it until well, I'll check on it after this live stream, see what's there, and then if nothing's there, I'll probably live stream it tonight. This is a bit of a project, this mini, and I think that the Saturnine Dreadnought will be a project. The Leviathan is a project, so there's no reason why. And even the Redemptor Dreadnought is a project, but this definitely is a project. And I think that Saturnine Dreadnought will be too. I think that Dreadnought will take longer to build than people might think. No notification? What's this for? For the live stream? Oh no, you mean the siege mode, horde mode even, not siege mode. Morning Victor, how are you doing? Were you able to paint or spray your Arachnos? Am I right? Did I remember correctly? Was it yourself that was thinking about base coating and sub-assembly and all those things? Well, I hope these videos, these live streams, give you a bit of background company. You know, I mean, I'm not really doing anything new in these videos. I'm just I suppose I could point the camera down a little bit, maybe. There you go. That's a bit better, isn't it? Sorry. Yeah, I'm not doing anything new in these videos. I'm just live streaming me hobbying. Everyone's seen a Calix before. Everyone's seen a Thanatar. This model was out months and months ago, but I just thought it's cool to have a bit of company, and we could talk about all the Warhammer things, the news, and the upcoming releases for like Space Wolves. They look really, really awesome. I wish I was getting them, really. I don't own that many Space Wolves at all. Just bits and pieces from sets, like army sets. I don't think I'd ever have a Space Wolf army. I would get Lehman Ross though. That's a cracking model. I just wish I'd picked him up earlier when he was cheaper, so I could have then got that scenic base with Magnus and have them dual. That's I like it when they do that, when they design two models and have them intertwined into like a diorama. I think that's a really cool concept. Yeah, no worries. Hi Maxim, how you doing? Good morning. Hope you're well. I've already said in this live stream that I will be checking up on Horde mode, and if it's up, I'll live stream it. If not, I'll live stream it later this evening. Can you remember if there were any new weapons, or was it just like the Blood Angel skin and the White Scar skin? I can't remember if there are any weapons or any upgrades, you know, to the classes and things. Flip this over. You're very busy with work. Tomorrow's time for base coating, then add some details the weekend. Sounds good, Victor. Sounds good. You know, little by little, at least you're seeing that progress happen. That's quite cool. Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, it's always an odd shaped thing. I can never find the... Because I'm looking at that one, I should be looking at this one. There it is. And then we just complete the circle. Like that. Yeah, it's always a bit odd, this piece. I think I had this piece in the the other siege automata. I haven't got a clue how this this fits on either. It's really bizarre where it fits. Normally that for a lot of things it's like 2 contact points or just 1 long contact point, and here it kind of just rests one side and then slots in the other. But, I thought I'd clean this bit up. It's just skins. Oh no. Okay, well, never mind. Would have been cool to get a new weapon. I mean, I'll still have a go with the Blood Angel skin. Oh, where exactly does this go? It just sits on top of there. What I'm doing is I'm just adding another like layer of glue on that rim, because if I remember correctly there was a bit of a gap in the last one, and so what I do is I just do that and then quickly take that off. that just squeezes that down. I still need to file it later on, but at least that's addressed it initially. Yeah, nothing worse than like gaps in between plastic that the glue doesn't bond with, and then you have to put green stuff in, and then you have to wait for the green stuff to dry and then file that down. Oh yeah, so back onto this sprue again with A51. This one. See, look how many parts we've still got. Got loads. It's mainly the arms and the feet, I think. Oh, we're hot swapping again. C10. C8. This strange piece. C11. C12. How many cables? C13. Alright, that should be it for the cables. How's the build so far? I've only been doing this for about half an hour. It seems quite straightforward. Seems exactly the same as a Thanatar. It's all right. Plastic dreadnoughts or kind of walkers, not really my my favourite. Other than like knights, and armatures are all right. But I built so many. That's the issue now. When you built so many knights and armatures and, you know, just plastic dreadnoughts, it's a bit, yeah. I don't think I'll ever get bored of like tanks though. Yeah, resin. Like if you gave me this kit or a resin version of it, I'd prefer the resin version. I might even be able to put a resin version in some awesome poses. Who knows? Is it me with the volume a bit low lately? I haven't got a wired microphone in. Yeah, that's probably why. So sorry about that, Revan. Probably should go and get that. Might get that in a moment. When I get the studio, I'll have a full sort of live stream set up, ready to go, so I can live stream whenever. But that might take a little while to set all of that up. And the more support I get, the more I can make that a reality. But thank you for the feedback, Revan. I always appreciate it. Like if you ever spot anything with audio or the video qualities or anything like that. Some of the videos, most of the videos now I'm releasing are in 4K 60. It's taken a while to upload, but I think it's worth it. I think that the quality has just gone up immensely in the actual picture quality, that is. Yeah, it's taken a lot of size as well. like when you increase the picture quality, it's every part of the process just takes longer, except for the editing. The editing is about similar amount of time, but the importing, the exporting, the uploading, just everything just takes. And then the retention of the videos, like I keep a hard copy of every single video just in case. And yeah, obviously that takes up more space. Probably, I'd say 3 or 4 times the amount of space than the 1080p ones. So, but some of the older videos that I'm releasing are still in 1080p. There's not that many of those left though. I think like the one, was it yesterday, Radikar the Wolf, that was 1080, but Radikar the Beast, oh no, that was Radikar the Beast. Radikar the Wolf will be in 4K, yeah. Like the full collection video of Soul Blight, that'll be in 4K as well. These live streams, I have no way of improving the quality. They are what they are. They're just part of the live stream. You know, bandwidth that they allow you to use. So I think these will always be in 1080. I noticed that my Twitch, the first Space Marine remastered live stream the other day, that was in, I think, 720, and that's because I hadn't set it to 1080 when I was live streaming it directly from the Xbox, so apologies about that. But the second one, I corrected it. So many cables right here, like a spaghetti bolognese. Oh, right, that's that whole torso kind of bit done. We're now onto the weapon, which is the Solex Heavy Las. You've never seen me do live streams before. You watched a lot of my reviews on the Heresy minis. Yeah, well, there's going to be a lot of Heresy reviews on their way, starting from this weekend. Touch wood. I'm getting my post in the afternoons now, which is absolutely crap. It's Royal Mail, you know, between like 2 and 3 o'clock. It's not very good at all, but that's just Royal Mail for you. Maybe that'll change. I'm even thinking about getting my post delivered to a different address, and me driving and picking it up, because then that saves. It'd probably save about 4 hours, and that's 4 hours I can do all the unboxings and edit videos and things. So yeah, I probably will get things sent to a different address at some point. Right, so this is the weapon here. What's my thoughts on the upcoming Saturnine box? Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's great. Obviously not as good as the Age of Darkness box, but still, I think the minis look good. They're really, it's almost like it's just Saturnine stuff with some Mark IIs and a turret. I don't know about the turret. Probably would have preferred a new tank or something. 16, 17. So I haven't experienced this weapon before. I've always preferred the rules of it compared to the plasma mortar. But I preferred the look of the plasma. 19 is a little grub of a cable. Better not lose that. Wow. So the... Okay, so 21s are all on the bottom. 20 is on the top. So if I organise this, there's 20 on the top. And then a series of cables, and then the tip of the weapon. Wow, that weapon goes together quite well. Number of cables, 4, 3, 5. It's a bit of an odd sequence, but 4, 3, 5. 5 over there, and 3 there. We're good to go with that weapon. That weapon's pretty much done. Quicker than I thought it would be completed. Yeah, I've heard that it is at the end of next month. Yeah, I've heard that it's the 26th of July. So that means that it should go up for pre-order in 2 weeks' time, on the 12th. Back in a sec, just getting a drink. I won't be very long. Okay, I'm back. Right, here we go. So, yeah. It's getting warm out there now. Looks like a nicer day than yesterday. need to get that. Where is it? This thing. Anything you wish for everyone? Anything you wish for everyone know when Saturnine Box gets released? Anything you wish for? What, like model-wise after Saturnine? I mean, I hope everyone gets a box. I think it will be popular. I don't think it's going to be as popular as the Age of Darkness. But I could be wrong. I mean, there's a lot of releases that have come out this year that have been super popular, and they've just sold out, despite with everything else that's going on in the world. You know, in terms of lots of new releases, and I'm not even just talking about video games, or you know, I'm talking about like sneakers and trainers. I'm talking about watches. I'm talking about well, I'll say cars, motorbikes, clothing. There's just a lot of stuff being released. This has been such a Lego as well. I mean, there's been a lot of things coming out, and then you got like holidays, like, you know, constantly see people going on holiday. Yeah, there's just a lot of things, more than I've ever known it. This has been 2025 has been such a year for spending money. Like the capitalism over the capitalism machine is in an overdrive. It really is right now. Maybe it has to be because of the price of everything. Well, at least here in the UK, everything's crazy expensive. I don't think it's the same for other parts of Europe. From what people have told me going on holiday and things. Oh, viewers' expectations for the review. Viewers' expectations. I just hope that the Terminators have a lot of options, and I'll communicate that in the review. Yeah, they have a lot of options for those weapons, and that's the hardest bit with, you know, I praise Games Workshop all the time for producing kits that have lots of options and posability and things like that. And I berate them when they do not include those options. But, you know, there's a downside to that, in that you have to make a choice. You have to decide what options you're going to go for. For me, that's really difficult because I rarely play any games of Warhammer. But for someone that does play, clearly they're going to go for whatever's the most competitive. I try and strike a balance of rule of cool and rules. but also I'm not as restricted because I do have a large collection, and for me I can always add to it. And the great thing about this hobby and Warhammer is, unless it's like a really, really limited release, which is very rare. I mean, things go out of stock, sure, and you might have to wait for things, but usually you don't miss out. Unless you're just coming into the hobby now and you're finding out about some of the resin kits from Forge World that they don't make anymore, you rarely miss out. It's not like watches or trainers. I mean, you still have to battle against bots and resellers in both hobbies, in all those hobbies. But it seems like with trainers, they have a release for them, they drop, and they either sit or fly, and then it's really up to like the company to make more of them. But the problem with that is it takes a long time to restock, because they have to put in a massive order to China or Indonesia or Vietnam or Cambodia, wherever. They've got these factories, and they have to put a big bulk order in to restock, and that can take months and months, and probably even more. Whereas at least Games Workshop and Forge World specifically, I don't know if they still operate the same service where you go to the HQ, and if there's a model that you go there in the morning, and if there's a resin model that's out of stock on the website, they can just make you one, and you pick it up later that day in the afternoon. They used to do that. I don't know if they still do. I think they still do. But yeah, you have to do like a big bulk order, these companies, for watches and trainers and things. Whereas Games Workshop, they've got their factory in Nottingham. So, I mean, it might take a while to get the restock shipped over to the different countries, of course, but you don't really miss out unless you miss out on like the limited edition codexes or, you know, things like that. You most of the time in this hobby, you kind of are able to pick up what you want. And that's my example, is that in other hobbies or collecting things, sometimes that's just not the case. Sometimes you have to pick them up. Like my example with the recent Jordan grapes I got. I didn't know. I mean, I went and tried to pick them up midnight for a release on the internet. I didn't have to go anywhere. And they were sold out. And then the next morning, I went to pick them up. Well, order them again, and they were in stock. I didn't have any issues. But you just never know. You never know with things like that. And I've seen the similarities between that and Warhammer. And picking up like the Kill Team box set last week, 2 weeks ago. You know, I would have loved to have unboxed that and reviewed all those minis and things in there. But yeah, just out of stock. It's just super popular, more popular than I anticipated. I don't know whether these things are really popular, like the Kill Team box set was really popular, or whether Games Workshop just didn't make enough. It strikes me as odd if that is a legitimate business strategy that they're using at the moment, considering the frequency of releases. It seems it's almost like they're shooting themselves in the foot if that is what they're doing, because why would you release things every single week and then just not make enough? You might as well just have one release a month and have limited amounts. You know, they do produce their minis in the UK, yeah. You just dropped £250 on Legions Imperialis using the... Oh, Bran, you absolute legend. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I hope you get your double crystals as well, my friend. I appreciate that. Yeah, Legions Imperialis is very good. Oh, I'd love to get that. That sounds awesome. Thank you. You're hoping to pre-order a Saturnine, but you're in New Zealand, one of the most remote places in the world. And the orders get sold out in minutes. Oh, man. Well, maybe we could do something, Danica. Maybe we could do something. I have pre-ordered things for people before, you know, so it's possible. I would probably ask the community first, though, rather than me directly. I'll be so busy trying to get my own box, and you know, Games Workshop's pre-order windows at the moment is you pre-order something and then you got to wait 2 weeks for it to actually release, and then you would probably be waiting a week or so with airmail, and then there's the cost, and then there's the tax. You know, I've bought watches before from like Japan, and sometimes I've been stung with tax, sometimes I haven't, but the times where I have been, it's yeah, it's quite a lot. You know, to buy a watch that's probably 400, £500 and then have to pay another £100 on top of that is yeah. So that box set, I'm not saying that the tax would be £100, but it, you know, for something that's worth almost £200, it could be 40, 50 quid in tax. I don't know what your sort of import taxes are and things there. But yeah, maybe put it in my Discord to see if anybody wants to do that for you. But again, you do run the risk of having to sort that out with someone in Discord. I can't vouch for everyone in there, so you do that at your own risk. Just because they're in the Discord doesn't mean that they are. You know, what I'm saying is it's the only difference with that than getting someone that you don't know to do that for you is that they're supposed to be passionate about the hobby because they're in the Discord. But yeah, I'd always say do that at your own risk. It's definitely more risky than kind of doing it on eBay, where I think eBay you've got some good protection and, you know. But yeah, if they send it sort of recorded and tracked, and should be fine. But as I say, I've done that before for a couple of people, where there was just no way of them getting the products. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely prone to fear of missing out. I think we've all been conditioned. Well, I think most people have been conditioned now. I was conditioned at a very young age, actually. I was I think it was Singapore. I don't think it was Hong Kong. I think it was Singapore. And there was a transformer that I really wanted, and I've been carrying this around for all my life. And there's this transformer that I really, really wanted. Oh, what was it? It was a Decepticon actually, and I think it was a Rhino. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether it was one of those with one of those smaller little people transformers that could also transform into the head or something. I don't know. Anyway, the short story is that I went into a shop with parents, really wanted it. I didn't go in there, thinking to get one. It wasn't like a mission, and yeah, couldn't get it. Went back literally like a couple of hours later or something, and it had gone. And so, unfortunately, I was conditioned, fear of missing out, yeah, at a very young age. And then there was this other time when I went to a car boot sale when I was a child. So you see, this is where all my problems come from. and there was it was a transformer as well. There was I've forgotten what it's called, not unicorn, but there was this might have been unicorn. It was really like a bright green, like fluorescent green transformer that was really big, and it transformed into a city or something. And that was on a car boot sale, and they were selling that, and I really, really wanted that, and I didn't get it, and that's probably worth loads now. I don't know, but when you're a kid, you don't really think of like reselling potential and all those things, do you? But and then I've been stung in my adult life as well. There's been plenty of like watches or shoes or Warhammer releases that I've wanted and just didn't cop in time. So yeah, the fear of missing out is very, very effective. Okay, I think I built that correct. Okay, we'll see. I don't know which way this goes. They want it like that at an angle. Okay, we can do that. This is looking good. Very nice looking weapon. I really like this. It's cool. Putting these cables in now. Oh, you have to connect them each first. Nearly had me, Games Workshop. You nearly had me. Right, so that's the Solex pattern heavy les. Kriegsman, wow. Yeah, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Oh, that's good, Danica. That's good that you've got a local hobby store. Yeah, it could have been Rhinox. Yeah. Games Workshop got you with the FOMO for World Eater Combat Patrol before they removed it. Yeah, some of those Combat Patrols are good. Any predictions on upcoming releases? So for 40k, you're talking about. Well, we've just had Space Wolves. I think we've got Imperial Fist coming. I do. I don't know whether we'll get Dawn. That's a bit of a reach. Salamanders definitely coming. We've got the Black Templars. But I think it's just going to be one model in the codex though. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. Mechanicus, have we had anything from Mechanicus? We've got the Imperial Knight. We've had the Chaos Knight, so we'll have the Imperial Knight coming. And it's new box set. I think they've split their box set into two now, haven't they? I get so confused. All I know is that it's going to have exactly the same leg poses. So they've combined all of the Chaos Knights box set into one, and they've split the Imperial Knights box set into two. Oh, thanks, Krieg. Very much appreciate that. We'll be building the Thunderhawk tomorrow. Plan for today is live stream this for as long as I can. Then once I go offline, I will be making some videos and checking out the Horde mode. If the Horde mode is up, it might not be up, but when it is up, I will be live streaming. So if it's not later on, it will be in the evening. After I go to the gym and pick things up and put them down again. Well, at least I get to listen to some good music, so there's always that. Thanks, Shadow. How you doing? You well? You had some of the old Forge World Iron Hands, didn't you? Can't remember if that was you or someone else. No, I don't have any Forge World Iron Hands at all. Nope, not me. You're talking about like the Gorgon Terminators. They do look good. That's the problem with the traitor legions. Is it so difficult just to have three legions? You know, I've got Word Bearers, Death Guard, and Emperor's Children, and Emperor's Children definitely does sit well with the 40k stuff, like with the Death Guard, but I don't know, like I'd like Thousand Suns, like the Horus Heresy Thousand Suns, to go with Magnus. That would be fantastic, and also not Iron Warriors as well. But you know, there's got to be a limit somewhere. This is the thing. I would rather have like Thousand Suns Horus Heresy Force or Iron Warriors Heresy Force over Raven Guard, but you know. just like that balance. I like having 3 of each. Right, so apparently we can glue this. So can this actually move or not? You know what? I don't think it can. That's a bit. Okay, it sort of can. Ooh. So we'll put a bit of glue here and a little bit here. It's quite close to too close for comfort, that is. You'll be in hospital tomorrow. Oh man, hope you're all right. Well, I'll be back Saturday, so hopefully you're out of hospital Saturday. And yeah, I wish you well, man. What factions you want as 11th edition main focus? Oh God, we're not that far into 10th edition, are we? Or are we halfway through 10th edition? I don't really know. Maybe Primaris Grey Knights. Sorry, too soon. Orcs, maybe? We had Tyranids. We had a really good release of Eldar. Maybe Orcs. Maybe go back to Orcs. Or Necrons. But I don't know really which factions need a lot more love. I'm not going to say Tau. Maybe Dark Eldar probably, but yeah. You're working, kind of. People are not very impressed with the Grey Knights Combat Patrol. No, it gets to a point where they're just repackaging, aren't they? They're just taking things out of boxes and putting them in another box, unfortunately. I don't know how this actually goes on. This is a bit... Oh, I think it just goes on the way I'm thinking. It's quite straightforward. Right, that's the full... Oh, I might glue that into place because that just... No, we'll leave it as it is. Yeah, we'll leave that as is. Okay, so that was the torso and the las. So now we've got this ammunition feed, which is nothing to do with the las. It's to do with the one of the arms, and then we get to build the Graviton ram, which looks hench. So yeah, and then we've got the twin-linked Mauler bolt cannons, and then we can work on the legs. Probably won't get to the legs today. Well, probably will just get to the legs, but we'll build this ammunition thing, and we'll build the Graviton ram. We're doing well. Oh, sorry about that. So I think this sprue was the same. This sprue and this sprue were the same in the normal Thanatar set, and this was the new one, I think. Yeah, from the looks of it, because that's got the Graviton and the Solex. Thank you. You don't want Primaris end up like Stormcast. Primaris won't end up like Stormcast. No way. Primaris, this is it for Primaris. I think people have bought a lot of Primaris. You know, Space Marine 2, you play mainly as a Primaris all the time, pretty much. No, I don't think Primaris are going anywhere. I think they set the standard for the new Space Marines. That is it now. They're not going to go back on that. And when you say you don't want them to end up like Stormcast, aren't Stormcast still about? And you know, we're talking about Space Marines, the poster child of Warhammer 40,000 and Horus Heresy and Games Workshop, really. They sell more Space Marines than all of the other armies combined. So no, they're just not going to fade out. And yes, that means that along the way you're going to get things like the Invicta Warsuit and baby carriers. I mean, I know that's not really Primaris, but A52. It's kind of an armor panel. There it is. Should just be being checked over. Back on your feet Saturday. Oh, okay. Well, I hope that goes well. Being checked over. Yeah, Crow does look big, but I don't really know if Crow's Primaris. It's mainly his base. That's the thing. They put a massive tactical rock on him. That's the big thing that sets him apart. A54. Sure I saw a 54 somewhere. There it is. Hidden. This Mechanicus symbol. 54. And then the head, yes. This is 53, so this is odd. Because you've got half of the head from the old kit, and then the other half from the new kit. So they do have new heads, I think. Okay, and then we've got this thing going on. Oh, jets are about again. Didn't take them long. Now that the RAF have got their nukes back. Oh, I don't think those jets would be able to carry the nukes. I think it's the bombers, but 55. And then 58. Something like that. Yeah, it's on here. What's the big tank-looking thing to your right? That's the Carachnos. That's the tank that I built yesterday in live stream. Really, really nice kit. Definitely would recommend. I don't know if it's overkill having 2 of them though, but they are really cool models. I prefer them to the Triaros. But the Triaros is a very good kit. Probably the best kit for Mechanicum right now. Oh, different arm piece as well, this C7. Yeah, we've mainly just got the Graviton RAM left on this sprue, by the looks of it. Right. Put all of this together. Yeah, no, I don't think they really they're really going down that route with Robuto Gilliman's kind of codex and things. I think with the Primaris they've gone back to like Horus Heresy routes. Horus Heresy, you didn't really get tactical squads either. You know, you had specialist squads, which I don't know. I mean, like, I like both. Like, I would like tactical squads and specialist squads. You know, so you've got a group of 5 with plasma guns or something, or 5 with melter guns. But then you've also got a unit of 5 bolters or 10 bolters, and one of them has a specialist weapon. Just so that they are prepared for different threats, really. But at the same time, it's like, well, what happens if that one Space Marine gets taken out with that specialist weapon, and it's unrecoverable, the weapon itself? Then you're in still a situation similar to if you didn't have a specialist weapon, and they're all quite capable anyway. They've all got grenades and stuff. But yeah, you are putting yourself at a disadvantage by not having some kind of force multiplier or specialist weapon. I think it's almost like infantry, like now in the real world. Like, you've got your soldiers and things, but you will have a member of the squad with a heavy weapon, maybe a javelin, maybe a LMG. You'll have a comms guy, you know. No, I don't think they'll do tacticals for Heresy. No, I think they'll keep with their. The thing is with Heresy is you got to understand that nowadays a chapter is 1,000 Space Marines. Back then, one legion was up to 100,000. So they had huge numbers, so many numbers that you know, you were running Space Marines in squads of 20, probably more. You were running specialist squads in 10, Devastators or heavy support squads in 5 or 10. because there were just so many Space Marines back then. They've really thinned their numbers down in a way and focused in the past 10,000 years on more precision strikes and, you know, elite units, really. And also, they've always said that there aren't that many Space Marines. There's like one Space Marine for every world in the Imperium, which just goes to show you how few there are, or how many worlds there are. I mean, there could be 1,000,000 worlds, and then you've got 1,000,000 Space Marines. But that pales in comparison to the absolute billions upon billions of Guard and human warriors, soldiers there are. Which, you know, Space Marines are cool and they're the poster child and things, but I've always said, and I don't think I'm in the minority when I say that I do wish that they pushed more Astra Militarum units. Like chaplains and tech marines. What, for heresy? I mean, chaplains was still quite an early concept back then for heresy, but kind of see where you're coming from. Yeah, it would be nice to get some plastic ones, but yeah, I don't think that's their focus at the moment. The focus is, I thought their focus was turning some of the bigger kits into plastic. And they kind of gone over that because, yes, we've got Mark II coming in plastic soon in the next month or so. But they've completely gone back and they've just created some brand new units with the Saturnine stuff. You know, 2 Dreadnoughts, the Terminators, and the Praetors. But, you know, with that quad cannon, they've said themselves in that article that they will be looking at flyers, because there are some more flyer kind of rules and things. So that gives me hope of a plastic Xiphon Interceptor, which is the best best Space Marine flyer, I think. One of the best. The Thunderhawk is good. Alright, so we put that in first. So this does glue directly onto there. There we are. And then then that will go on to the back of this. So. Right, clean up these pieces. Chaplain and Phobos armor, take marine and tactical war suit. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. I'm just going to finish these pieces and then grab myself a drink. Yeah, chaplains with jump packs, they're quite cool. Well, does Lamarty's have a jump pack? Can't remember. Librarians with jump packs. You know, now that they've got the specific jump packs for Primaris, I think they could branch out a bit more. But then again, they've got the captain with jump pack, haven't they? So. Dreadnought with jump pack. We've got one of those already. I know that you want to get it as close as Gunpla as possible. Haven't seen many people say good things about it so far. I don't know. I should really pick them up, but I just like having the option. I see what they mean when they say, oh, it kind of, you know, finishes that question. It answers the question once and for all. Are they open and closed? Well, they're open, so you need the space to have them open. Otherwise, it won't work. But at the same time, I just like the option for storage purposes. Also, when you're showcasing a collection, I think they look better when they're closed. Not like they're, you know, they're on parade and then for some reason you've got some crashed drop pods there. Yeah, I should have done this before putting the las on. I know. Whoops. Yeah, it had a really good mechanism. It's really well designed. If you're able to build it successfully. It's like the Land Raiders. Land Raiders had a really good mechanism too. There we go. Oh, we need to put this cowling on. I don't know exactly where this goes. At the top. Does it go all the way back? Does it just sit there? No. Oh, that way around. Okay, it still works. We've got the head, or the face, should I say? Very cool. We are getting somewhere. Yeah, these shoulder pauldrons have always been a bit of a pain. I don't know. I think a drop pod was like 30 quid. So I doubt it's going to be 90 quid. If anything, it'll probably be about 50 maximum. If they're 60, I might pass. I think 60 is, yeah, pushing it. They have to price them competitively though. That's the thing. They have to. They're not going to get away with pricing them at 60. Because with the doors open, they're less customizable and they're more akin to scenery pieces. And we all know how much people only spend on scenery pieces. But it's crazy to think that we got a second version of a plastic drop pod before we got a plastic dreadnought drop pod for Heresy, or before we got a Xiphon. Yeah, good point. Having 2 in the box. The reason why they're putting 2 in the box is perceived value. You're getting 2. If they just had 1 in the box for 40 quid, I don't think anyone would touch it. Having 2 in the box makes you think that you're getting 2 for 1, basically. That's my view on it. What kind of the old world miniatures you want to review, Super? Well, I don't have any old world minis, do I? I haven't bought into that whatsoever. But if money was no object, I would do a pick and mix. I'd cherry pick quite a few of them, actually. I would. I'm not gonna put these on just yet, or am I? They only go on one way. No, I want to clean these up because they're a bit. The join is messy. I want to file them, but we can at least get these pieces ready. It actually looks like this larger side is that way. It's really wet. It's really odd that it's. I mean, I guess I understand it because it's C7 and that's a C7, but we're getting there. That's kind of the torso and the shoulder pauldron's done. We've just got to work on this. Oh, I forgot to put this piece on. Oopsie. So I was going on a tangent because of your question. Yeah, I'd cherry pick. I would go for a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I like some Tomb Kings. Don't get me wrong. But I would also like the statue warrior thing, like the terracotta unit for Grand Cathay. I'd like a few of the dragons, like a couple of the wood elves, high elves. I mean, I would cherry pick a lot of the units. I don't think I'd settle for an army at the end of the day. But it would probably be one of the newer armies if that was the case. It's a tricky one because they've got 4 different materials, haven't they? You've got your plastic, your resin, your metal, and then your plastic metal, you know, like your combination kits. Yeah, so I don't know, you kind of have to be a bit of an experienced hobbyist to sort out Old World, I think. Having to deal with 4 different materials or 4 different types of kit. That's what sort of puts me off. They didn't go, right, we're going to release everything in plastic. It's almost like, right, we'll release some in plastic, some are returning, some are brand new Forge World kits, some are old metal kits. They didn't commit. So we have 4 there, and 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Yep. 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom. 37, 33, 36. 33 is in the middle. 26. Yeah, I think I could clip out all of these pieces and complete this sprue. 35, 34. Bran contemplating getting into Horus Heresy, but I don't really know where to start. Would you recommend any random mark box of Marines and the Leviathan Dreadnought with range weapons as a place to start? The Leviathan is quite a, I say, big kit. It's a bit of a project, that one. I mean, if you like the look of it, then that's great. But Leviathans, their weaponry isn't really ranged. I think the longest range they have is like 24 inches. I would definitely go for a close combat Leviathan if you're going to get one. I know that the range ones look cool, but yeah, I'd go for a close combat one. And then you need a delivery method. So a Dreadnought drop pod would be incredible, but they don't really exist at the moment in plastic, unfortunately. Instead of any old kit, I don't know. I think if you can get the Age of Darkness set, I don't know if you can still get that. That would probably be a really good set to pick up, because then you get a big model in there as well. You get the Spartan Land Raider, which is a fantastic kit, probably one of the best kits, and it set the scene for the other Land Raider variants and the sponsons for the other tanks. 86 and 87. I keep thinking that I've got all of the pieces on this to do, and in reality I haven't, because this is for like two arms, from what I can remember. Yeah, we'll work on the arms next, actually. That's the next thing to do. We'll do the Graviton ram, and that is one of the arms, and then we've just got I'm going to go for pose 1 for this one, and then it is just the legs. The legs are a lot of parts though. The legs, the hips, and then just put that together at the end. But yeah, we get it's an odd kit, because normally you start off with the legs, but this one you start off with the torso, then the arms. It's almost like a Dreadnought kit in reverse. But yeah, we haven't got many parts left. It's just one of the arms and the legs and this torso piece here. But what I'm going to do is just pop away for a moment. I'll use the sign, and I'll just go get a drink and a bit of a walk around, because I have been live streaming for almost 2 hours, an hour and 40 minutes or so, hour and 50 minutes. So it's good to get up and have a little walk around, get a drink. Right, just read your comments, answer your questions before I pop off for a sec. Advance and charge upon landing equals out of stock. Good point. Tomb Kings, yeah, they're good. Currently they only have Mark 3 and Mark 6 plastic kits. They're the same rules wise, and are just a cosmetic choice, so pick what you like. Yeah, good point. Yeah, they do look out of scale. Mark 4 are more expensive. Interesting. Right, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, maybe a bit of a comparison would be good. Right, so we've got the Mark IV. Oh, I'll take that sign off. I know what I'll do. I'll also grab the where did I put them? In here. Yeah. Yeah, so here's one I made earlier. Ooh. Right. So yeah, there's the Thanatar in that pose. Oh, right. Okay. But yeah, as you were talking about, here's the Mark IV, which are really quite diddly. Even the Mark IIIs are bigger, probably like a foot bigger. And Mark IIIs aren't too bad. And then you compare the Mark III with the new Mark III, and they're pretty much the same size. Like, I know people are like, oh, the new Mark IIIs are way bigger. I mean, this Mark III is just standing there with his legs apart, and this one's stood completely up, and they're the same size. Like, the top of that helmet goes to the top of that helmet. Anyway, and then you got the Mark VIs as well, which are a little bit taller than the Mark IIIs. So yeah, that's kind of like where they measure up. But you're right, use the Mark IVs with the Mark VIs and the new Mark IIIs and stuff. They are, but it's the same for like Tartarus pattern Terminators. They're also quite diddly. You know, I'd like to see the Terminators get a rebuff, size increase, and I'd like to see Mark IVs. But everything else is all right. Land Raiders are fine for the size that they are. Rhinos, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, definitely the new Mark IIIs are like a slimmer version of the old Mark III. You know, I prefer like the greaves and the feet, the boots, and actually the helmets as well. Power plants too. Like, the old Mark IIIs just look so good. But it's nice that we're getting Mark IIs and we're getting you know, the shield ones. What are they called? I've totally forgotten. No, I don't really look at the teased pictures and things. I'm not on those forums and on those, you know, I only sort of pay attention if it's, you know, directly coming from Games Workshop. Because not just because it's official, but because they have way better pictures and stuff. Like Mortarion was a classic example. That first leaked picture of Mortarion and things just looked awful, and that ruined it for me. Just that one picture, because then I got the model and he's absolutely incredible. Really good mini, both build and aesthetics, and yeah, painting, I guess. So yeah, I try not to spoil things too much. It was direct, was it? Oh, okay. Oh, nice. It's just when you use, oh yeah, teaser. You said teaser, sorry. Oh, that would be good then. Sorry, I got confused with the word teaser and leak. But yeah, larger Terminators would be nice. You know, not as big as the Saturnine ones. Saturnine ones are huge, aren't they? It's like that Dreadnought is a whopper. Bigger than a Telemon. It'll be the biggest Dreadnought now. It's like the largest Dreadnought you can get until you get to like a Knight. How's the Space Marine in it? Are they just a sarcophagus, or are they actually... Is it like a suit? I can't remember. To read in one of the articles what they said. I'm sure it'll explain it in the books. Oh, breaches, that's what they're called, sorry. Oh, right, that's good. Very cool. Right, we've almost finished this Graviton RAM. Something very awesome about having like a Graviton RAM, like a fist that you can just punch tanks and fortifications with. Right, cool. That is that done. Yeah, I'll have to look at that community post. Okie dokie. That just looks so cool. I need that thing. This thing. Oh. yeah, I foresee a lot of building over the next couple of months with all the Horus Heresy stuff. I'm not just talking about the Saturnine set, which will take a while to build, and I'll try and give you as many live streams as possible when I'm getting that set. Hey, would be nice if GW sent me one, but as you know, they don't send me anything for free. So I will be, and I'm not really that fussed about it being for free. I'm more concerned about trying to give you that content and me building it all for you and getting those reviews out as quick as I possibly can. That's the main thing. You know. But yeah, there'll be a lot of building and live streaming when that kit launches. After that kit launches, end of July, I think it's going to be like 26th of July. So pretty much that weekend and a fair bit of August. I do have a week off in August. But I think I probably will have built everything by then. Maybe not. Maybe the Fellblade will be out by then. Oh, thanks, Danica. I appreciate that. I'll look out for that. Revan, what's your goal for the rest of 2025? To try and keep more up to date with the videos and the releases. I say that, but I think I did a very good job at the start of the year, like February, March, April. It's just a bit of May and a bit of June that kind of slowed down for me. Where does this actually connect to? Is it on that piece? Or is it on that piece? Oh, it's all the way back. Wow. Okay. Another goal is I want to pick up a new mic for the channel. I'm always cautious about buying things to improve the channel though, because undoubtedly it means that I can't spend that money on actual minis to review. So you get an increase in quality potentially, but you might not get an increase in, you know, content. But then again, I did buy a new camera for the channel, so, which is why I'm able to, I could record things in 4K before, but I like the way I'm doing it at the moment. It just works better. But yeah, improve the channel that way. There's not really any way I can improve the channel this way unless I make a load of room over here and put the laptop here and then buy a dedicated like webcam that I can probably position off the top of this lamp so that you get a bird's eye view. I don't think I could do two cameras at the same time, although I'd like to have this view, and I would like another view in the corner or something of a top down. I don't know. I'd prefer like this view anyway, giving you the whole of the desk, rather than just either this view or just a straight up top down, because it's such a small area. I like this whole yeah, the scenery basically. My other goals in 2025, continue with my fitness, continue with my other jobs, try to buy less sneakers and less watches. But then again, I have spent a lot of money on Warhammer this year already. I always knew that, last year it was quiet for Warhammer and video games, and this year it's the complete opposite. But on top of that, I've also bought some trainers and some watches and things, haven't I? So, yeah. I mean, this is a thing where it's the 26th now of June, so we are over halfway of the year. So are we now closer to 2026 than 2025? Of course, more subscribers would be a fantastic achievement. I don't. The thing is, although I'm making watch content and sneaker content, I don't expect to pick up any new subscribers from those hobbies, because this channel is all about Warhammer and it's the main content. And I don't feel like fragmenting myself into different channels. I don't fancy creating a sneaker only channel. I don't think I would produce enough content to make nothing but sneakers. Watches maybe, but I'd like to just keep everything under one roof. And it's not like my channel name is called, I can't think of a sneaker guy, or happy wrist. I don't know what you call it. Yeah, I just ramble a lot in the live streams. I talk so much in the live streams, which is why I keep them down to 3 hours. I should really put them down to 2 hours. 2 hours is enough, I think. 3 hours is kind of pushing it for me, because it's 3 hours sat in the same position. I know I get up probably once or twice, but 3 hours is a long time just to be sat there and talking. I mean, I know I don't need to talk throughout the whole thing, but I do appreciate everybody's questions and the interaction. That's what I really enjoy. It gives all the subscribers and viewers a chance to just interact with me in real time, whereas you can't really get that with the standard unboxing and review videos, because sometimes I'll see the comments, sometimes I won't. YouTube is a little bit odd when it comes to notifying me of messages. And yeah, the live streams aren't for everyone. I rarely paint in the live streams, it's mainly building, and a lot of the time it just looks like I'm filing my nails constantly, but at least it's company, isn't it? I used to hobby with music playing. I mean, I like to game with music playing, like Warhammer game, tabletop game with music. But I used to like actual hobby with listening to music, but I just don't now. Maybe because I associate music with exercise, because I exercise so much. Uh, I listen to I probably listen to music every day. Either not swimming, obviously, but running and the gym, and it gets to a point where you get music fatigue. You know, if you've gone to the gym and then you come back and your hobby and then you listen to similar kind of music, it's trying to get that balance, isn't it? No, typically I will have some kind of YouTube video playing if I am hobbying outside of this. But I find that sometimes a bit of a distraction, because I don't think this isn't a distraction. Like, listening to my voice isn't too bad, but if there's like a documentary or something, I'll really get into it, and then I'll want to watch that rather than concentrate on the minis. Right, as I've been rambling, I've finished all of these pieces, sort of. Just super sneaker. Wow, that's I might have to give you some money for that idea. That's a good one. Sneaker saying no. But yeah, super sneakers, very good. Good name. Am I going to re-review the Grey Knights? I think that answers your question. No. I don't even have the codex. I'm not going to get the codex. I'm certainly only going to get 10 of the new combat patrols. So, no, unfortunately, I'm not going to re-review them. Like, if I stumbled upon the Grey Knights rules for 10th, then yeah. I don't know. If I could pick up the rules, I'd do that. But I think in the next couple of weeks or few weeks, it's going to be Horus Heresy for a good couple of months. We've had a lot of 40k though. This year, you know, we've had Emperor's Children, we've had Deathcore Krieg, we've had Eldar. We've been eating well. We really have. The only real Horus Heresy stuff we've had is this Mechanicum Heavy Support Force, the Arvis Lighter, and the radio. Age of Sigmar, we've had a couple of releases, like the Gloomspite, and we've had the Soulblight Gravelords, of which there are a couple of minis that I still need to pick up soon. But yeah, Horus Heresy is my favourite game system, so definitely going to be covering that where I can. Like, I could have got the Wolves for Gloomspite. Really nice minis. And the HQ is really nice. Could have got the Soulblight Dragon. But both of those sets and kits is kind of the same, if not more, than the Saturnine box set. which will be more popular. Not that I'm saying I create content that's popular. I don't at all. I just create content of what I want to create. But it's usually one or the other. Like if I was sent stuff for free, then that's a completely different ball game. But you know, you wouldn't get unbiased reviews then. You just can't be. You can't be unbiased if you're getting stuff early and for free. It's just doesn't work. And when content creators say, "Oh, you're getting my unbiased review," I was sent an early copy, but I'm not paid to do this. You are getting paid to do it. You're getting your AdSense, and then you're getting the increased traffic, which then leads to more income. So you are. Again, not being salty at all. Just saying it like it is. Right, so that's this done. So there are a couple of pieces there I would like to file down. This, yeah, a couple of pieces there to file down. Wow, this Graviton ramp is so cool. Look at that, that's such an awesome looking weapon. Right, I was going to file down these while those parts are just drying. Let's put these Space Marines back where they were, just on my little shelf here. You're going to do some airbrushing before it's too late. Yeah, good one, nice. Enjoy. Guess it's like, yeah, getting evening time for you guys over there. So yeah, we've been going for 2 hours, 20 minutes. I'll complete this and then we'll have a crack at the arm. I might finish the arm, but I'd like to at least do this Graviton and the arm, and then tomorrow morning we could do the legs and the torso. Tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, I've got, I think, Radikar the Wolf review tomorrow. I want to actually glue these on now. Oh, this piece has a lip. Oh, that adds a bit more. To it. Good. Oops. I'll just leave that like that for now. No, actually, we'll leave it there. Yeah, it's going to be one of these static models, isn't it? Can't really move the arms about. Oh well. I'm glad I waited, but it was a very impressive model for its time. Still quite an impressive model now. In resin, I mean. Like when it was released. I could have picked one up. There are multiple times. I really wanted a Mechanicum Army. Forge World resin Mechanicum Army. There was a time when you could buy a kind of a Battle Force. Forge World used to sell like a bundle, like Tech Thralls and Castellax and all those kind of cool things for like £100, £200 or so. And then they yeah, start to do away with those. Okay. Plan is to pop this in here. This weapon looks so cool. I think I prefer it over the Las. Looks so cool. Look at that beast of a weapon. Just sorry, I make sound effects when I'm excited. don't we all, right? Okay. I think that goes like that. I can't think that it would go that way. No, definitely not that way. Oh, not gonna work, is it? So I'm just hoping that this stays at a nice angle because it seems like there's a bit of, I don't know what you call it, give, maybe? Because that will go in there, and I'm thinking maybe... yeah, it will go something like that. Maybe I'll put this arm on first. I think I should do that. I think I should connect this arm first. Yeah, I will. I don't trust that hose to stay in a decent place. The position, should I say? Yeah, I don't trust it. So I'm skipping a few parts at the moment, but that looks so cool. Okay, let's just put him against there, just so he's kind of balanced against that, maybe. I feel like he's going to move forward. There you go. That should be sufficient. Let's work on this other arm, and I think I'm going to call it a day. Yeah, in the next sort of half an hour. It's probably going to take me half an hour to build the arm. So pose left arm, pose one left arm, which is that one. Yeah, I want it low. So supposedly this is low. So pose one left arm. Oh wow. 88. So 88, 89. 91 and 90. Uh, 92, 93. So yeah, we'll just sort these out and then go for the hands themselves. Yeah, unfortunately there's a fair bit of mould lines on these, I remember. That. Yeah, there's more lines that run along these. This ammo belt. Yep, I will be back tomorrow. I'm gonna check Space Marine 2 now after this live stream. See about the siege mode, horde mode even. Keep calling it siege, horde mode. Set that to download if it needs an update. Then I'll probably live stream it later on. I'm not going to go straight from this to that. Probably be in the evening. And then I'll be back tomorrow completing this Thanatar. It's definitely a 2-stream job, this one. Yeah, because the arms take a bit and the legs probably take the most out of everything. But we'll see how far I get in the next 20 minutes or so. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. And then I'll be back Saturday evening, if all goes well, and I receive the rapiers and the tarantulas. I always like these ammunition belts. I always think that they go on quite well. He says. Oh, spoke too soon. There you go. So that will eventually go on to the Mauler bolt cannons, which got a major debuff in this. It's a new edition, not Horus Heresy 2.0, but from Horus Heresy to plastic. So pose 1, so we're going for that one. So we need a 5i. Which is that thing. So that says pose 2, which is J. So 5A is A. I think this is A, isn't it? So we need A77. Let's get these out of the way. Oh no, this is A. That's C, is it? A77. Okay, cool. And 78. So it's just that piece there. We need to focus on. And then also the fingers, or whatever you call them. Right. So you've got a number of options here. I want it not to be open, I want it to be closed, so I'm going to go for the 63. So we go for A61. And then A63. Which is actually on a different sprue. How bizarre. All right. And A64. Okay, I'm just going to do one at a time because I'm not really, I don't want to get them all mixed up. No, I think it's all okay at the moment, Revan. You just got to be careful which fingers go with which hand. And be mindful which pose you're going for. Yeah, because the torso and the Graviton arm is going to be the same for everyone. It's just when you get to these the left arm, yeah, the left arm, and the legs, that's when you need to a bit more tension. I don't know. I don't know whether we'll get breaches for 11th edition, possibly. Depends if they really push the Zone Mortalis and the sort of space battles a bit more doable, you know. Right. That's all that kind of done. So what we have to do with this is kind of put that on this runner. It's always been a bit odd, this piece, because it's not like you can choose where you want the finger to go. So yeah, that's fine. That works for me. And then you have to put this piece on. In a certain way. And then you have to finally put this casing thing on. Yeah. It's an odd set of pieces for the result anyway. It's an odd one. But that's like part of it anyway. And then you go round to the other side and then you build the next part, which is 66 again. Yeah. And then we want 68 again, which I think is on here from what I can remember. Nope, that would be a different one. It's actually still on here. Yeah, there it is. 68, 69. What a number. There it is. And then a 70. And then somewhere along the line, you need this 72, which I think is this piece, and a blade. Where's the blade? 71. See, the other side doesn't have a blade, but this one does. But I think it's if you had two of these fists, and then you just connect them together. And we might as well get the weapon casings off at the same time, the actual barrels. And then that's kind of this sprue done. 75, yeah, we need that. Yeah, here are the barrels. Yeah, the Mauler bolt cannon used to be quite fearsome. It used to be AP3, which was very nice because it just gave the Mechanicum an anti-Space Marine. See, so that sprue is done. There's no more I need off of that sprue. So all of those are going to be spare parts. I'm just going to take these off now. Why not? How are we doing for time? Right, we've got 10 minutes to sort these out and the weapon casing. And as I say, then I'll check on the horde mode. I said it right this time. Then I've got a few other things to do, like have some lunch. What's my favourite of the Mechanicum so far? You know, I really like the, when you say Mechanicum, like what, as in the kit? I'd probably say that Karachnos, you know. It looks like such a cool mini when it was in resin, and now the kit is absolutely brilliant. I don't think I really had any issues with it, and I would recommend, even if you have to buy it separately. You know, Castellex are good. Ursarax are a bit, they're all right. These Thanatars are, they're nice. The Venator Krios tank, that was a bit of a pain, actually, I have to say. The tech thralls are just meh. The HQ isn't that good, I don't think. It looks very Mechanicus, which some might argue is a good thing. You know, you could certainly probably proxy him as a Mechanicus unit. I don't know. I just would like, because the Karachnos is so good. I can only imagine what they would be able to do with a bigger plastic tank like an Ordinatus or something. I don't think they'll ever build the Ordinatus in plastic, but you know, that flew directly off the sprue and is now in the carpet. Yeah, I'd say Karachnos is my favourite, even though I took ages to build it off stream. It was sat there for at least 2 or 3 weeks, probably 2 weeks. It was sat there, and it shouldn't have been, because it was a lovely kit, and the end result is fantastic. Looks like crush gear. I don't know about that. Crush gear as in with the side lightning locks. I mean, yeah, maybe if the lightning locks, you could pivot them, you could move them. That would help with the looks of it, possibly. But these are going to be so cool, both of these. I might glue this, because even though I glued it properly, I think you should glue it, like just looking at it, like where the cables go. I mean, as cool as it looks firing down at something point blank, I think I probably should glue it into place. Yeah, I made the executive decision going for it. There. That should do it. There. So now it's just firing. I'll do. Right, we'll leave that in a decent position. Beyblade meet 40k. I don't really know. I'm not into Beyblade. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I got a certificate with the Baneblade, the resin Baneblade, the Maximilian. Can't even say it. The Maximilian. I don't know. Either way, there was this Baneblade tank commander, Baneblade tank commander, and yeah, with the old Baneblade, with quite a few of the older resin vehicles from Forge World, you used to get certificates. I think you still do for the Titans. And yeah, I had that certificate up on the wall. And now and again, people would read it and say, "Oh, are you into Beyblade?" I'm like, "No, it says Baneblade." So yeah, that was my little story of how people accidentally thought I was into Beyblade. I think those kind of things were a little bit after my time. Like Beyblade and Yu-Gi-Oh! And even Magic the Gathering was after my time, really. Pokemon cards, they were after my time. Just slightly, though, I think. Right, we are good to go. Just clean these up, put them together, put those up, put them together, and I will just complete this, even though we're kind of 2 minutes away from from the timing, from the 3 hours live stream. We will just finish this. I'm not going to leave these parts just sat there. I think that's good progress on this. As I say, I'll be back tomorrow for the legs and the torso. But yeah, building half the Thanatar, I'm happy with that. If I could complete the rest of the Thanatar tomorrow, and then crack on the reviews of them. It now means I can give you a review of the Mechanicum Heavy Support Force. But yeah, before I do a full review of my full Mechanicum collection, I don't think I should put the knights in it. I think I should just put you know, the Horus Heresy plastic Mechanicum, like the whole force, which is two Triaros, 4 Castellax, 12 Thalaxes, probably about 40 Tech Thralls, I think. So it's not a big force. I mean, it's still a kind of separate army in its own right, but nowhere near sort of size of the Space Marine forces. What is your favourite model of the 3? Oh, that's a good question. Oh, definitely the Kragnos. I like the Thanatar. Just its presence, but the Krios, the Venator, just a pain, and so are the Sponsons. It's just, I'd say that's the weakest one, even though it's probably the most useful as like a main battle tank for Mechanicum. And unfortunately, I'm going to need another, probably at least 2 of those, just to round that out. I would definitely get the one with the lightning lock. I might just get 2 with the, lightning cannon. I might just get 2 more with lightning cannons and have like a little squadron and call that a day. Because at the moment I've got way more kind of Triaros chassis tanks compared to main battle tanks for Mechanicum. But we're talking a long time in the distance, like when I'm quite happy with all the extras I've got for Space Marines. This is a good start though. This set and 2 sort of Mechanicum army sets. I think that's a good start. Okay, let's glue these together then. So we've got this piece. Is it this piece? Yep, like that. It's just the same deal as the other side, really. Set this where you want it to go. Pop this on. Put the cover on. over. Put the blade in. And then I think we attach this. Yeah, that goes well. I'm happy with that. And then, so this is the, I think the bit that you can rotate. No, you can't rotate this bit. So we need something like that. So I think it goes out to the side like so, I think. Okay. Really wish that would close up a bit better. It doesn't close up very nicely, does it? Anything I should have anticipated when building Baneblade? What, the normal Baneblade? I haven't built a new one. I can't really say. I built mine 19 years ago. So yeah, I need to get a new Baneblade kit, no doubt. I mean, the obvious is make sure you've worked out which version you want to build before you tackle it. I mean, I will get another one, but at this point in time, I think I'd rather have 2 plastic fell blades than a single Baneblade. At least until they get the rules and things sorted back, so that Space Marines can use Baneblades again. I don't think they can at the moment. Baneblades aren't even in the Solder Auxilia book, which is crazy. Yeah, fell blades are amazing. think having 3 is a bit overkill though. Two's fine. Like 2 of those is fine. 2 falchions is fine. 2 glaives are fine. Especially if you've got multiple legions, then you can just, you know. Again, I'd probably get a fell blade for Dark Angels, definitely, and then a fell blade for Death Guard. Or even a fell blade for Imperial Fists. And there we go. That is the Mauler Bolt Cannon on the Thanatar. There's some gaps in there, but we can deal with them later with some green stuff, I think. So yeah, that's the other arm. Yeah, a bit more involved, bit more, a few more steps, especially with this ammunition belt as well, which will just go, I think, I want to say in there. Like that, and then something like that specifically. Yeah, so that will work very well. And yeah, then we've just got the torso and the legs. So we built half of it. I'm quite happy with that. I'm happy with the way that that's come out. So yeah, I will glue that in sort of off stream, but for now, yeah, that's my 3 hours done. Tomorrow I'll be back and it's all about the legs tomorrow. So if you're a leg guy, then you're gonna really enjoy it. Like, it seems like we've got a lot left, but it's literally just, this is pose 1, these 2 pages, and then that's page 2, those 2 pages. So it's only really 1 page, or 2 if you want to be precise, and then this. So it's only 3 more pages and then we're done. So yeah, just this sprue, and we're not going to use everything off this sprue. We've got some spare parts there. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed the live stream today. We'll be back tomorrow, as I say. Other than Technus 2 sprue, which kit had disappointed you so far? Brumpel Stiltskin from Mechanicus disappoints me every day, but I don't even own him. So there are kits that disappoint me and I never experienced them, but anyway, thanks everyone for joining, and all your contributions and your questions and things, muchly appreciated. I will be live streaming later today, probably in the evening, playing the Horde mode for Space Marine 2 if it's up and running and things. So yeah, might see you there. But thank you for your company and for watching. Speak to you soon. The Emperor protects.